गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन। आज हमारे साथ जयेश मकवाना सर हैं। सर ने यूपीएससी 2018 क्लियर किया था एंड बेस्ड ऑन एग्जामिनेशन परफॉर्मेंस सर को आईआरटीएस सर्विस मिला है, इंडियन रेलवे ट्रैफिक सर्विस। तो ईशा, आप अपने ऑडियो को म्यूट कर दीजिए प्लीज। तो हमने सर से रिक्वेस्ट किया था कि आपके साथ आके सर इंटरेक्ट करें। तो पूरे सेशन को हमने दो पार्ट में डिवाइड किया है। इन फर्स्ट पार्ट सर आपको बताएंगे हाउ टू प्रिपेयर फॉर यूपीएससी एग्जामिनेशन, सर ने कैसे प्रिपेयर किया था, सर ने कुछ चैलेंजेस फेस किए थे, उस चैलेंजेस को सर ने कैसे ओवरकम किया, कैसे डील किया। एंड देन उसके बाद हम इंटरेक्शन के लिए ओपन कर देंगे। तो आपके पास कुछ डाउट है तो आप सर से पूछ सकते हैं। सो ओवरऑल सेशन का ड्यूरेशन होगा 1.5 आवर का ड्यूरेशन होगा। सो 10-15 मिनट्स वी कैन एक्सटेंड। सो नाउ मैं सर से रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा, जय सर आप रिज्यूम कर सकते हैं सर।
Thank you. Hello, friends. I hopeful that I am audible to all of you. And sorry for the delay. Actually, there was some technical mishap there. My audio was not visible. And it's a request to all of you to mute that audio so that everyone can hear what I'm saying. Okay. So, good evening. That's me, Jayesh Makwana. I cleared my UPSC in 2018 and got allotted Indian Railways Traffic Service. So right now I'm in training. So before I start how I've prepared myself for this examination, uh, let me clear one thing. Whatever I say here is based on my experiences, what I have observed, analyzed, and perceived. Okay, so it's just I'm just sharing my views. It's not that it should be in the way as I am saying. You got it? So I'm just sharing my views. You can accept or not. That's my point of view, what I'm sharing. So whatever issues I faced, whatever my understanding about this exam, how to crack this exam, what are the requirements you have for this examination, what should be the basic qualities you should have, how you can prepare, that will be my personal maybe experience based on my experiences. So I'm not saying whatever I say will be 100% absolute uh, true, but it is based on my understanding, based on my strength and weaknesses. So every person here, uh, specifically people like you who are just beginning to prepare for this examination. So welcome to this roller coaster, I say, because preparing for this exam is just uh, will take you to another level. Actually, this is not an exam which you prepare for your school or even college. This is a different level. Okay, so you are preparing for UPSC Civil Services exam. So there are so many requirements, basic requirements you need to fulfill for this examination. And the first one is hard work, your dedication, your passion, and most important, your objective. Why you want to become a civil servant? That should be the prime objective of your preparation, because this exam will take a lot of time. I say a lot of time. It's not an game of 3 or 6 months. Okay, it will take a year or 2 years or maybe more. Depends. So it's a very long game, as you understand. So to prepare for this exam, you need to have a motivation. Not a motivation just for a moment. It should sustain for maybe a year or maybe more. So whatever your objective, whatever your personal maybe expectations from this examination, what are your views, why you are preparing for these civil services should be very clear. So right now, I believe that whatever students actually I'm conversing right now. So mainly you are maybe you are you started preparation for this examination. Maybe you are in doldrum whether to prepare or not, or maybe you have just started. I expect you are just starting preparing for your examinations, and to the top, mostly I expect you may have given a maximum of one prelim, not more than that. Okay, so based on these assumptions, I'm giving my views here. So starting, I started my preparation in 2015. Okay, it was 2015 Jan. So my first attempt was 2015. Yeah. So in 2014, I decided to prepare for this exam. In 2014, I was actually working in BSNL as an executive officer. I decided to quit that job because I wanted to explore my full potential. I knew there may be many risks while doing this because I was already in the service for last 4 years in BSNL at executive post. Now I'm just going to leave that position, and now I was just going to be jobless, you say. So it was a tough decision, but finally I inquired about how to prepare. And one thing I say that particularly in Gujarat, unfortunately, even at that time in 2015, the environment for competitive exam was not good. You know, even today, if you see, a number of Gujarati students clear the civil services compared to other states are very less. And the environment for competitive exam in Gujarat particularly is very less. In 2015, there was no such coaching facilities available in Gujarat, not at these massive scale, no online coaching, nothing. So, actually, I wanted to prepare for the exam, but I didn't know any sources whom to ask. I didn't have any contact of any aspirant who has cleared this exam. So it was very confusing for me how to start. You know, second, it was in English medium. I was preparing for this exam in English medium, so it was another hurdle because in Gujarat, mostly prepare students prepare for civil service in Gujarati medium. So at that time, it was another hurdle. So then I inquired about how to prepare. Then I got to know there is area in New Delhi, Old Rajinagar, where students gather. There are coaching institutions, number of coaching institutions where students stay there and prepare for exams. So I said to myself, let's try it once. Let's get to know how they are preparing, what are the basic requirements for this preparation. So I just went for New Delhi in 2015. I applied. I gave my first attempt on UPSC results in Delhi, prelim and mains both. So I joined the coaching institution in New Delhi. I started preparing for examination. So when I started preparation, mm, there was a basic understanding and my strengths and weaknesses. So to me, uh, let me tell you one thing. Before 2015, in the period of 2010 or 2010, 2015, there was a massive change in the uh, structure of this civil service exam, particularly syllabus. As you know, previously there were two optional subjects. You know, there was also two paper objective paper of in prelim. First one was GS, second one was objective paper of your optional subject. Then it was removed. Okay, then instead of two optional subject, is it was converted finally to one optional subject. Then the introduction of ethics, then introduction of modern history and mains, then the introduction of CSET. When I started preparation, this was the final scenario. The prelim was consisted of two paper, one is GS, second is CSET. And at that time, CSET was scoring, not qualified paper, qualifying. So when I started preparation, my strength was my CSET. You know, I started preparation with the hope that I'm very good at mathematics. I will score very good in CSET and will perform average in GS and will easily qualify for mains. So that was my plan. and I just started my coaching Delhi and preparation. And my primary goal in 2015 was just to clear prelim. I didn't even think of anything else, even mains or interview. I just chose optional subject as Gujarati literature. I didn't start preparing for my optional. I was just focusing on my prelim examination. My first goal was that if I can't clear prelim in my first attempt, I will leave this preparation. That's for sure. That was my benchmark. If I can clear prelim in my first attempt, I will just leave this examination, will go back to my previous job or something else. So I was fully focused for my prelim in 2015. I prepared very hard for prelims, ignoring even mains, and my strength was CSET. You know, I was very good in maths, so I was very confident. But suddenly, when the notification came, just maybe 3 months before the examination, and they declared that the prelim examination is now qualified. So that was a bit shock for me. So here I want to tell you that once you start preparation, even now, just be ready for such shocks. You may be here with your maybe some strengths and weaknesses, but scenario may change anytime. You know, maybe it may be possible after 2 years, maybe even after even there will be no optional, or maybe introduction of new subjects. Anything can be possible. Just uh, keep it that in your mind while preparing. So don't take anything for granted. Just focus on basics while preparing for this examination. Okay. Second, as I got to know that my CSET is now qualified, I need to focus more on GS. And from that very day, I had almost 3 months to prepare, and that I prepared rigorously for my prelims, and I qualified my prelim in 2015. I appeared for 4 times in UPSC 2015, 16, 17, and 18. I cleared prelim in all 4 examinations. And I prepared for prelim examination only once in 2015. Thereafter, for any exam, even 2016, 17, 18, I haven't prepared for prelim for more than a month maybe. Because if you prepare very religiously for prelim for once, then it will be for permanent in your brain, and you will be ready for your prelim. Actual prelim is not about a knowledge game, how much you know, how it's all about application, how you eliminate options, how you observe the question, how you skip the questions, because there are 100 questions, okay, in GS prelim, and at max the cutoff will be 120. Okay, so net you need to have 60 questions right, net, out of 100. Okay, it means 60%. So keep that thing in mind while preparing for examination. You need not to perform, need not to know everything about prelim, just a qualifying exam. Okay, so prepare by keeping that in mind, and while attempting prelim, just focus on your strength. Leave questions if you don't know. Okay, don't take chances. Okay, Phil. For example, maybe by maybe you are having any intuitions. Maybe don't do that. If you know the answer, attempt. If you don't know, just leave it. That's it. Keep it that simple for prelim examination. So I started preparation like that way for my prelim, and when prelim examinations, actually there are three stages: prelim, mains, and interview. And I would also say the prelimination part is the most difficult part, you know, because in the prelim you will compete with students almost around 7 to 8 lakhs. Okay, so if there are 1,000 seats, total 1,000 seats, then the students who will qualify prelim would be 15 times more than the vacancies, means 15,000. Okay, so out of 8 or 9 lakh, 15,000, only 15,000 will be selected. If you take it in the percentage, it will go into point something. Okay, but once you clear prelim, out of that 1500, the ratio will be three times. Three times, for example, if there is 1,000 seats, then the number of students who clear mains will be 3,000. So out of 15,000 clear exam, okay, that's 20%. Got it? So you understand? If you are appearing for your prelim, your chances of clearing this exam is in one, maybe 0.2%, maybe something. But once you clear your prelim examination, your chances of clearing mains will be 20%. And once you clear your mains exam, your chances of clearing interview, final selection will be 33%. Understand? So basically, prelim is the toughest exam. But on the other side, prelim is just a qualifying exam. You just need to qualify for that exam. Those marks you get in the prelim won't be counted in your final list. In the final list, your mains and interview marks will be counted. So it's just a qualifying exam. It doesn't matter if you get a 120 or 180 marks in prelims. If the cutoff is 120, you are selected 120. Even if you got 180, that also doesn't matter. So, but still, I will say if you are preparing for the first time for UPSC civil service exam, give your 100% for the prelim. Okay, once you clear prelim in your first attempt, in the next attempt, uh, focus more on mains. But if you are starting for civil service right now, focus more on prelim. No doubt you should have something clear, means you should have a clarity about what should be your optional. Okay, because there is a necessity of filling that while you are applying for yeah, while you're filling your form for civil services. So you need to mention your optional subject you are going to choose. That's why it's necessary to decide which optional subject to choose. We'll come to that topic later, optional subject. But while preparing for this prelim examination, just focus only on prelim purely, okay, thoroughly. And for prelim examination, you need to prepare very widely. Means the more you read, more information you gather, it will help you more. Got it? Sources. When I say more, it doesn't mean you expand your sources. For modern history, you are maybe uh, referring to Spectrum or Pepin and any book, but keep it to that only. Don't take 4 or 5 books only for modern history. Okay, cover every subject. Choose book as per your understanding, your easiness. Okay, take those books, read those books, and revise those books as many times as you can. So first, to fix your uh, books, how many books, how much content you have. Okay, then start preparing for the exam, and try to revise those things again and again. Okay, at least first actually issue now is there is abundance of resources now, particularly in online. Okay, even online there are many coaching institutions and many materials, these current affairs, that current affairs. Okay, that is the abundance of resources, so don't get confused in those resources. Just know your strength, maybe choose maybe sources as per your taste, and limit yourself to that. Okay, for example, you are referring referring to current affairs of one institution, one coaching institution, or particularly one maybe, then don't go for any other. Got it? Just keep that thing, keep revising. That will help you a lot. Don't go for all the resources available. Limit yourself. Okay. Actually, in examination, preparing for the examination, the the main thing is you should know what not to do. What to do is very simple, but there is a lot of things that you should know that should not be done. That you need to avoid doing those things. Over preparations, maybe over focus on current affairs, because even online abundance of resources on current affairs, because current affairs is something it happens on daily basis. Daily some news covers, news happens, new event happens, new uh, topic enters, and it just goes and on. If you just keep preparing current affairs, it will never end, you know. So limit yourself. Make your fundamentals strong first. Cover your all NCRTs first. Don't go if you are not reading newspaper in the starting. It's okay. First, make your base clear. Means cover your all NCRTs or basic books for polity, Lakshmikant, for modern history, maybe Spectrum, है ना? Or anything, any other book you may consider. So focus on those limited resources. For economy, you can refer any one book, or maybe it will be covered in your current affairs. You can also go for NCRT. NCRT is must. You know, you should complete your NCRTs at least 5 times before your first prelim. All NCRTs, particularly for history, geography. Polity, Lakshmikant is more than enough. But for history, your art and culture, then your even environment, that's the NCRT to 12th standard of biology, last 4 chapters. That's for environment. Then geography, class 6 to 12th. That's it. For geography, just two NCRT for class 2, class 12. Nothing else. No any other material required. Okay, that's fine. No any book, nothing. Just class 6 to 12th NCRTs for geography. Similarly, while preparing for modern history, you can go through class 8 to 12. You can also go through old NCRTs, new NCRTs. Try to gather as much information as you can, because prelim is all about informations. More information you have, more chances you can eliminate maybe options. And in prelim, it's all about elimination. You know, it's not that every question out of 100 questions there will be around 30 or 40 questions which you are 100% sure this is the answer. For next 15 to 20, 25 questions, that will be elimination. You need to eliminate some options, then you come to 50-50 possibilities, and then you may apply your basic understanding, maybe based on questions. Oh, these particular questions, it is about this duration, this time period, in that time period this was not possible, so we can eliminate these options. You understand? So that's why elimination, that you can do only after having so much information. So that's why cover your basics. Your basic understanding should be very clear. Complete your all NCRTs, basic books, your Lakshmikant or all other basic books, and then go after current affairs. Affair should be around 15 to maximum 20% part of your prelim preparation even. Okay, 80% is static. Go prepare for your statics. Go prepare, know what has happened. Even while you're preparing for environment, you should know everything from Kyoto Protocol or many more other protocols which are very monumental uh, conventions. So just try to understand those, their motives, in-depth knowledge, understanding should be there. So cover your static, not current affairs, what is happening right now, what is China doing, how we are handling COVID, global pandemic, all these things uh, will uh, maybe you are reading in the newspaper. That is not required at this moment if you are preparing for prelim examination. Okay, so if you are starting your examination, focus on prelim first. Complete your all your NCRTs and prepare a little bit for your maybe CSET if you are not that much good in math. But it's a qualifying paper. It just require 1/3 marks, so it will be easy. Uh, you will easily qualify that paper. So don't worry. Main focus should be on GS only. In the GS, identify your strength. What are your strengths? Okay. When I was preparing for examination, I prepare for prelim 2015. Then I shifted back to Ahmedabad. I was staying at Satellite nearby Spipa. There were many students preparing for the exam there. So actually, I belong to Ahmedabad also. Still, I rented one room and Satellite, and I was preparing there because while you're preparing for the examination, you need to have the environment. Environment means you should be in the contact of the persons who are preparing for this examination. Everything around you should be about this exam. You should if you are in that environment where students are preparing for UPSC civil service examination, you feel that competitiveness. uh, in the opposite, if you are preparing in your home alone, then that competitiveness will not be there. you know you will not feel how much other person, maybe the other aspirants are preparing somewhere else. If you are having that environment, that's why role of this coaching institutes comes. you know the main purpose, I would say, the main purpose of uh, even joining any coaching institution will be not that they will help you clear this exam. No one can help you clear this exam except you. Okay. So the main plus point of the institution is the environment they are giving. You will be surrounded by all the students preparing for the same examination. You feel that competitiveness. That will be the positive vibe, the competitive vibe. So that will help you to clear these exams. And you will uh, maybe get to know that everyone is preparing for the examination. You are one of them. Now you need to compete. You need to need to play your best game here. So it will push you positively. Otherwise, in the lonely race and solitary, months will be gone and there will be in examination or in within next 1 or 2 months, and you may not be prepared. That may be the case, particularly right now as we are locked down in a home. So focus, keep in contact with students who are preparing for this examination, seriously preparing for this examination. Okay, not just thinking of preparing this examination, just passing the time. You understand? So, and that group should not be more than 3%, maximum 3%. Because if you are making a very big group of while preparing this examination, it will again uh, halt your preparations because the topic will be diverted somewhere else other than examinations and many other things. So keep your group very small, focused on single objective, that is clearing this examination, and your all discussion should be based on these. Each person will have some strengths and weaknesses. So if you have any weaknesses, just try to learn from your other colleagues. Okay. And one more thing, when I started preparation for this examination, I just closed my all social media accounts, the WhatsApp, Facebook, everything. I just changed my mobile phone to basic phone. That's only for call purpose, emergency call. I changed my number so that no one can contact me while I'm preparing for this examination. So this will isolate you from the other world. This world where people are just doing passing their time on social media, and so that's just a suggestion. It depends on you whether you want to do or not. But what I'm saying, what I did, I just switched to my basic phone, closed all my social media accounts for from 2015 to 2018. I didn't even use my WhatsApp, nothing. I used to have one tab and one Telegram channel, that for the preparation purpose only, for reading newspaper, Hindu newspaper, because Hindu newspaper you won't get in hard copy in Ahmedabad, even in Gujarat anyway. So if you want to read your Hindu newspaper, you need to read it online. So and other information, other material you will get online. So that's why. So I was using my tab for that purpose. Otherwise, no social media, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, nothing. Okay, because sometime what happens, you just see, let's pass 1 hour in Facebook or just refresh ourselves. So you go through your account and you will see about your colleagues. If you are preparing for the exam last 1 or 2 years, okay, then you will see on Facebook about, you get to know about your friends. Oh, your friends are so settled. They have purchased a new bike or car or flat. They are enjoying their vacations in India and abroad and all this, and that thing will give you uh maybe it will depress you, I say. So it will not help you at all. So just keep yourself away from that. If you get bored of reading or preparing for the exam continuously for 10 to 12 hours a day, take a break. Take a break of 1 or 2 day, go somewhere, enjoy your time with yourself or your family. Like, but once you start preparation, once you start reading, you need to isolate yourself from all these in social media, as anyone, totally any, even from your social gatherings also, your friends and everything. You need to isolate yourself. That very basic thing. You know, even in New Delhi, students are preparing for this examination. They used to rent a room, and it cost very high. You know, Larajinagar and Mukherjee Nagar for intermediate. It costs you around 15,000. I was paying 15,000 rupees per month as a rent. That Old Rajendra Nagar. So, but students still stay there. Then even after completing their coaching, they have just stay there and prepare for the exam. They uh, stay there, pay their rents, and just prepare. It's not because it's not possible to prepare from your home. In your, even at your home, you will have your own bedroom, your own room, all the facilities, good homemade food, everything, all the comfort. Still, students prefer for this yani all Rajinagar and just go there and stay there, because it gives an environment. Because if you are in old Rajinagar or Mukherjee Nagar or somewhere in uh, somewhere like in satellite area in Ahmedabad or even Gandhinagar, where students are staying there and preparing for the exam, it gives you an environment, because all the people surrounding you are preparing for the same examination. You know, so it boosts your preparation. It will keep your preparation focused. It will help you in a lot of way. Got it? So even if you are preparing from home, it's possible. I'm not saying it's not possible, but if you are preparing from home, you need to take all these things into consideration. You know, you need to keep yourself very calm and keep yourself positively motivated for a very long time, not for maybe Maybe you hear something motivational speech or something, you are just motivated, but that will sustain only for a day maybe or 2 days. But this exam requires the motivation to be sustained for a year or maybe more. Got it? So stay prepared for this exam. I'm not focusing much on the mains or in the interview because I understand, I maybe you all are just starting your preparation, so I believe that your whole focus should be on the prelim only, because once you get prepared for this prelim examination, and once you clear this examination, you will automatically know all the things, how to go for, how to prepare for the mains, what are the requirement while you are giving an interview, that will take a time right now. So don't bother about that much right now. Focus only on prelim. That's it. uh, Clear this exam, crack this exam based on your maybe what you say, break your final goal into small goals. Okay. So your goal right now should be clearing prelim examination. Because what happens if you are in the first attempt, or if you have want to clear this exam, you're preparing for the prelim examination, and if you can crack this examination, then what happens for the next year, uh, you will be under tremendous pressure to clear this prelim examination, and then the whole focus will be on the prelim because you are already failed once. Okay. So for next year you are preparing for the prelim again, only prelim. So it will take your 2 years only for prelims. Instead of this, prepare for prelim right now, clear the exam only. In the first attempt itself, clear prelims. And it's all the way possible to clear prelim in the first attempt. Just focus only on that thing. Keep other things on the side, your ethics, or maybe your world history and your optional subject. Okay. Even if you want to prepare for your mains also while preparing for this prelim, then my advice will be just prepare for optional subject. Give 1 or 2 hours at max per day for your optional subject, not more than that. Okay. uh, all other time should be for your prelim examination only. Okay. Because prelim is the crucial, because if you clear your prelim in the first attempt, your confidence will boost so much, that because you now know, now you are going to appear for your mains in the next 3 or 4 months, you will be appearing for the mains, so you will give your 100%. So in the 4 months you will be prepared almost for your mains, and once you give your mains you will get to know how you perform in your mains. It may be possible that you clear the mains in your first attempt also. Okay. And one thing, when you hear that such students or such aspirant has cleared his um, examination, say in first attempt, is technically not true, I say. Understand? For example, take those students, almost 90% students who clear their examination in first attempt are preparing for this examination while they were in school. You understand? While they were in school, they knew they want to become a civil servant. They started reading newspaper even at that time. While they were doing their graduation, they were preparing for their optional and everything. And when they gave the first attempt, they were almost ready. And then they cracked the examination. No doubt, there will be a cracker whom you say that they started preparation in 1 year and then clear, but that proportion will be in the point percentage. So majority, even they say they have cleared the examination first attempt, it's not 1 year preparation, they prepared for it since long time. So this is not an examination, this is all about your patience, perseverance. You need to be patient here. It's not that in the first attempt you will clear your prelim, mains, and interview everything. I'm not saying you need to be a pessimistic. Be optimistic, but it should be a practical. You understand? It should be feasible based on your strength. If you have if you have even heard about civil service right now and you have started preparation for civil service, see, I would say it's not that much possibility that you clear this examination in first time. It will take a 2 year, or maybe 3 years. But one thing I'm very much sure that if you stay in this examination, you will definitely crack this examination. Okay, that's for sure. Even when I started preparation for examination, all the students whom I know have one or other way has cleared this examination. Those who haven't, they took their decision to quit this examination. That's and that's legitimate. That's good. It's not bad to quit this examination. I say, if you understand that this requires something else that may you not have, so it's good to quit and focus on your main strength, which may be in another field. So that's also good. Don't take it as life and death situation conditions. It's not, this is the only thing in the life. Preparing for civil service examination is just a part of life. It's just about progression of a career. Okay, so take it in that way. And while I'm saying this, let me clarify. Civil services is not a job. Okay, this is service. There's a difference between job. If you are looking for a job, then I would say go and prepare for your state services, GPSC, or the class 3 services, maybe DYSO or NAI Mamlatdar, and many other PI and PSI, anything. But this is a pure service. You understand? This is 24 by 7 service. This is not a job. So if you are looking for a job, then don't go for civil service because it takes time. Because if you are looking for a job, you may not be that much patient to prepare for this examination 2, 3, or 4 years. Okay, so if you want a job which makes you financially independent, so go for another options. There are many government jobs available, even private, based on your skills and strengths. But if you are here, keep it that thing is in mind. This is a service, civil service. This is not a job. Okay, so prepare, keeping that thing in mind. And one more thing, when you for this examination, try to give time for the preparation on daily basis. A break shouldn't be there for continuously 2 or 3 days. You can take a break on each day for 1 or 2 hours. Okay, but it shouldn't be there. You are reading, preparing for 3 days and 4 days. You are just holidaying. It shouldn't be like that, because once you take a break, it will take you 2 or 3 more days to recalibrate your mind again. So try to be consistent in your preparation. Even if you are preparing 2 or 3 hours a day, it's not an issue, but give at least 2 or 3 hours a day on daily basis. That's important. If you are doing your college, even if you are doing a job, okay, then also try to give time on daily basis. Don't take a break of more than 2 days on stage if possible. There can be a circumstantial emergencies, but it's okay. But mainly you need to be consistent while preparing for this examination. Okay, and there are many other things. While you may have doubt about this examination, but these are the basic things. When I say hey, focus should be on what you need not to do. Okay, don't overdo anything. You don't over prepare for current affairs only. Okay, choose your optional based on your liking, not based on how much marks particular optional paper in particular one optional paper maybe aspirant is getting. Based on your liking, you should choose your optional. Okay. I say in my experience, my optional paper was Gujarati literature. I chose Gujarati literature because hello, sorry. I chose this Gujarati optional paper because I was writing this examination in English medium, and I chose this literature because it was giving me a switch. Because I you may get bored while reading or GS and everything in English, and suddenly if you are reading something in another language, in Gujarati, and that too literature, that is a novel and poetry, so it was giving me a, a maybe fresh, refreshed perspective. So, oh, in that way, it was very much helpful to me. Another thing, the strong point of taking Gujarati as an optional was a paper two of optional in Gujarati literature is static, unlike other options. Even you take optional of anthropology or geography, paper two is very dynamic. It will cover questions based on GS, you know. So it becomes very difficult, it becomes very wide. But contrary in optional Gujarati, particularly in Gujarati literature, the paper two is very dynamic, sorry, very static. That is, it based on only 18 books, 18, 19 books. That's it. No question will be outside of that book. Okay. So you once prepare for this optional, if you are once prepared, you are prepared. Okay. It won't change. That was the very, very strong point. If you're going for the Gujarati literature as an optional. Okay. But still I'll say that go based on your liking. It's not this is a plus point show I should take Gujarati literature. It's optional. If you're good in maybe medicines, go for anthro or medical science. Okay. If you are good in polity, then you can go for uh, public administration also. If you are good in economics, go in that side. If you are good in philosophy, sociology, you can take any option. Don't uh, decide your optional based on the marks students are getting in that option. Okay, that shouldn't be a criteria while choosing optional based on your like, because it takes a lot of time. You need to prepare the optional in very thoroughly manner. That's why if you're not liking that optional, you can perform. If you are taking history as an optional, because in history people are getting very high score, for example, but you are not interested in remembering and mugging up those dates and that ancient and medieval era and those kings and queens and everything, so you may get bored. So you may not get that much marks in that option. Okay, so choose optional based on your likings. That's the first point. And other than these, if you are going for preparing for mains in any way, then other than optional paper, you can prepare for ethics on daily basis. Yes, because while I was preparing for this examination. One thing I was firm believer in this saying, that you become not what you want. You become not what you want, but what you are. What it means. Hello, sorry. Okay. So it means if you are preparing for this examination, you need to be a civil servant first. UPSC civil servant. Civil servant, uh, sorry. If you want to become civil servant, you need to be an aspirant first. Got it? I am saying you become not what you want, you what you are. Means everybody wants to become a civil servant. That's it. But not everyone will become. You need to have those qualities. If as an administrator, one should be a very objective, a compassionate. Those qualities should be in you. That's why I'm saying you become what you are. So try to evolve as a person. And one thing I'll say, while preparing for this examination, no one fails. Even if you can't qualify the examination after maybe 5 or 6 years, then also you will not fail. For this exam, I can guarantee that it will give you so much that you will evolve as a person, as a human being. You get to know so many new perspectives. There may be a gender bias. We have some biases and prejudices in ourselves. Even we say that no, I'm so open and liberal, and I'm not that conservative. But still, we have such a unknown prejudices and biases. So once you start preparation, you may get to know yourself better. You know that will help you a lot, not in this examination only, but in your life. So that should be basic. So try to be yourself while preparing for the examination. You may listen to anyone else. All will say the same thing. Okay, but just do as your liking, your understanding, your strength, and your weaknesses. Polish them and be consistent. Okay, so that's my time. I will now open this session for the questions. Hello,
So
anyone there?
students, you can ask doubt to sir. So जो भी आपका डाउट है आप सर से पूछ सकते हैं. वन बाय वन आप प्लीज आप अपने डाउट को पूछ लीजिए.
हेलो सर. गुड इवनिंग सर. हेलो, गुड इवनिंग सर. सर,
आपकी आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रही, थोड़ा जोर से बोलिए आप.
हेलो, गुड इवनिंग सर.
जी बोलिए.
सर मैं जानना चाहता हूँ, जैसे कि हमने एक बार प्रीलिम्स दे दिया, ठीक है, उसके बाद अगर हम मेंस एक बार क्लियर नहीं कर पाए तो हमको प्रीलिम्स दोबारा देनी पड़ेगी या हम डायरेक्ट मेंस दे सकते हैं?
नहीं नहीं, प्रीलिम फिर से देने पड़ेगा. प्रीलिम आपको
दोबारा देना
क्लियर नहीं
पड़ेगा?
का, हाँ हर फिर से देना पड़ेगा. नॉट वन टाइम, यानी आपको देना पड़ेगा. लेकिन देखो आपने प्रीलिम अगर अच्छे से क्लियर तैयार करा है ना, तो आप फिर से
यस.
प्रिपेयर करोगे ना, तो भी आपको भी 1 और 1.5 मंथ ही लगेगा फिर से प्रिपेयर करने में. और दूसरी चीज, 70% जो प्रीलिम की प्रिपरेशन है वो मेंस में कवर होती है. यानी आप हिस्ट्री ले लो, ज्योग्राफी ले लो, पॉलिटी ले लो, सब सेम है. सो ऐसा नहीं होगा. वो चीज आपको यानी मेंस में भी हेल्प करेगी. वो वैसे भी पढ़ना है आपको, तो यानी ऐसा नहीं, क्वालिफाइंग ही है प्रीलिम, उसका इतना ज्यादा वरी नहीं. लेकिन हाँ, हर बार फिर से देना पड़ेगा.
ओके सर, जैसे मेंस में ऑप्शनल में बेस्ट सब्जेक्ट कौन सा हो सकता है?
देखो मैंने बोला ना, जैसे आपकी चॉइस है, आपका क्या बैकग्राउंड है, आपको कौन सा सब्जेक्ट अच्छा लगता है, उस हिसाब से आप यानी ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट में चूज कर सकते हो. ऐसा कोई कंपल्जन नहीं है कि आपको ये ही चूज करना है. और डिपेंड कि आपको कौन से सब्जेक्ट में ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट है, तो उसके लिए
जैसे मैं
आपको.
बीए पॉलिटिकल ऑनर्स का स्टूडेंट
हाँ,
हूँ. पॉलिटिकल ऑनर्स का स्टूडेंट हूँ सर मैं.
अच्छा, तो पॉलिटिकल साइंस आप देख सकते हो ऑप्शनल, है ना. लेकिन देखो मेरा एक पर्सनल ओपिनियन ये रहेगा कि जैसे मैं इंजीनियर हूँ, ठीक है, तो
ओके सर.
मैंने इंजीनियरिंग करी है इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स कम्युनिकेशन से, जो इसमें ऑप्शनल नहीं है. इसमें सिविल है और मैकेनिकल है. बट लेकिन अगर मैं सिविल और मैकेनिकल इंजीनियर होता ना, तो भी मैं वो ऑप्शन नहीं लेता. क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है, अब मैं मान लो मैंने इंजीनियरिंग 4 साल करी, ठीक है, 4 साल वही पढ़ पढ़ के मैं इतना बोर हो गया हूँ, फिर से मैं वही चीज फिर से करूँ, तो कई बार आपको आपके में सैचुरेशन आ जाता है पढ़ने का. उसी जगह आप कोई नया सब्जेक्ट लेते हो ना, जैसे मैंने लिटरेचर लिया था, वो मेरे लिए बिल्कुल नया था. मैंने कभी लिटरेचर, क्योंकि मैं टेक्निकल बंदा हूँ, ठीक है, तो मेरे लिए लिटरेचर एक अलग चीज थी, एक अलग में भी विंडो था जो मैंने एक्सप्लोर करा. तो वो मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा, जिससे मैं उसको सस्टेन कर पाया. इतनी प्रिपरेशन में मुझे अच्छा लग रहा था पढ़ना, और इस वजह से वो मैं अच्छा परफॉर्म कर पाया, समझे. तो यानी ये भी एक पैरामीटर नहीं होना चाहिए कि ये आपका ग्रेजुएशन ये है तो आपको ऑप्शन भी वही लेना है. हाँ, आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है वो सब्जेक्ट, तो आप ऑब्वियसली ले सकते हो, लेकिन वो पैरामीटर इतना स्ट्रांग नहीं होना चाहिए, है ना.
जैसे प्रीलिम्स में मेन फोकस हमको किस पे करना पड़ेगा, करंट अफेयर या जनरल नॉलेज वगैरह?
दोनों में जरूरत है, लेकिन दोनों का पढ़ने का तरीका अलग होता है। प्रीलिम में आपको फैक्ट्स सबको पता होने चाहिए, करंट अफेयर्स और उसके, ठीक है। वो आपको यानी अभी तो यानी अबेंडेंस मटेरियल, इवन सिविल आईएएस भी आपको यानी मटेरियल प्रोवाइड करता होगा, करंट अफेयर्स, और ऑनलाइन भी आपको मिल जाएगा सारा, तो मोर देन सफिशिएंट है। लेकिन जब आप मेंस के लिए प्रिपेयर करते हो तो उसमें एनालिसिस चाहिए, आपको अंडरस्टैंडिंग चाहिए, वाइडर व्यू होना चाहिए, समझे। प्रीलिम में होता है कि व्हाट, आपको दिमाग में होता है कि व्हाट इंफॉर्मेशन, ये क्या है क्या है क्या। एंड जब मेंस के लिए तैयार करते हो तो क्वेश्चन होता है हाउ, गॉट इट, कि ये क्यों है, ये ऐसा क्यों है, ये ऐसा क्यों है, चाइना ऐसा क्यों कर रहा है, चाइना ने क्या करा, वो यानी क्या क्या, वो सब प्रीलिम का हो गया, ठीक है। अ,
हम्म।
वैसे वर्ल्ड हिस्ट्री नहीं आती इसमें, लेकिन करंट अफेयर्स में भी चाइना ने ये करा वो करा, वो प्रीलिम, लेकिन उसने क्यों करा, उसके पीछे उसकी स्ट्रेटेजी क्या है, वो सब हो गया मेंस। वो उसमें एनालिसिस चाहिए आपको, आपको थोड़ा उसकी डेप्थ में अंडरस्टैंडिंग चाहिए, तो वो धीरे धीरे डेवलप हो जाएगी, नो इश्यू, है ना।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर।
हाँ नमस्कार सर।
हाँ जी, नमस्ते।
सर कैन वी टेक हिंदी एज ऑप्शनल?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल, हिंदी ऑप्शनल, मेरे काफी दोस्त है जिन्होंने हिंदी ऑप्शन लिया है, और हिंदी लिटरेचर है ना, हिंदी लिटरेचर में मार्क्स भी अच्छे मिलते हैं। अगर आपको हिंदी लिटरेचर आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है हिंदी लिटरेचर पढ़ना, और आपने उसका सिलेबस देखा है, उसमें कौन सी कृति है सारी, कौन सी पोएम्स और नॉवेल्स वो सब है, और आपको ऐसा अच्छा लगता है, तो आई विल स्ट्रांगली रिकमेंड।
थैंक यू सर।
यस अमन।
यस सर।
यस।
यस सर।
आपको क्वेश्चन है, आपने हाथ रेस किया, हैंड रेस।
ओह सॉरी सर, मैं लोअर कर लेता हूँ।
देखो, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ, यहाँ पर जितने भी आई डोंट नो कितने स्टूडेंट्स अभी सुन रहे हैं, आपको कोई भी क्वेरी हो ना, आप यानी ओपनली डिस्कस करो, बोलो, है ना। आप हेसिटेट मत करो, क्वेश्चन को ऐसा मत सोचो मैं ये कितने सिली क्वेश्चन होगा, इन एनी लैंग्वेज। सी माय फर्स्ट प्राइमरी लैंग्वेज इज गुजराती, सेकंड इज हिंदी, थर्ड इज इंग्लिश, ओके। So I am comfortable in any language. Even I can understand Punjabi, Marathi. Okay. So कोई भी लैंग्वेज, आपको जो भी क्वेश्चन है आप रेज कर सकते हो।
Good evening, sir.
गुड इवनिंग अंजलि।
Yes, sir. Do you consider any particular reason that took you more than one attempt to clear mains?
There were many reasons. There were many constraints, financial constraints, and
Okay, okay, sir.
majority
So,
my,
like, would you like to give some suggestions to clear in one attempt?
see, I said clearing this examination in one attempt is almost impossible. I'm not saying impossible. It's almost impossible. Don't go in. Go means don't pressurize yourself about this thing that I want to clear. Obviously, you need to clear this exam as early as possible. It shouldn't be in mind that I will give this examination of 1 year. If I can clear this examination, okay, then I will leave. That shouldn't be in your mind. Go all out there, prepare, give your best. But still, this exam requires a lot more than this. So it will be difficult. But if you want to clear this examination in 1 year, you need to complete the preparation cycle, whole cycle. Okay. For example, if you are going to prepare for 6 hours a day, you need to give it 10 to 12 hours or 15 hours a day. You need to go through that process completely to clear this examination. That's the requirement for this examination. So if you are preparing for, you want to clear this examination in single attempt, the best option is prepare for your prelim, your optional and ethics. That's it. Okay. Leave your even GS if you are uh, referring to some current affairs and you have basic knowledge, it's okay. But if you want to clear mains, you need to give your best in option subject. You know, if you are very good in option subject, you can sail through using your option subject. But if you are weak in option subject, even however good you are in your GS or ethics, you can clear. Okay, so of 4 paper in mains are very important: essay, ethics, and 2 paper of optionals. Okay, so I will very strongly suggest you to prepare for your optional subjects and ethics. It will automatically improve your essay. Okay, GS you will score average even if you prepare moderately. So if you want to clear this examination in one attempt, go through this way. I would
Okay, sir.
recommend.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Sir,
evening.
I just cleared my 12th this year. My results are yet to come on 15
Okay.
July. So I am thinking that means I want to question you कि this is the right time for preparing. मतलब मैं अभी से ही शुरू कर दूं?
Definitely, 100%. You should start preparing for this exam right now. Okay. But
Okay.
when you're preparing for this examination in such early time, you need to be prepared in very structured manner. You know, you can go directly for just to give a very deep thought on your optional subjects, go through newspaper on daily basis, and main complete your NCERT. As you are in 12th, you are completed your 12th, you may be
Yes.
very refreshed in your NCERTs, you know. So
Okay.
still you complete this NCERT on the basis of requirement of these exams. Okay, school exams are different thing. For these
Hmm.
exams, you need to read it through in with your another approach. Between the lines, you need to read. So again, you go through last 5 years paper,
Okay.
particularly prelim examination papers, and try to analyze how much questions are there from the NCERTs only, how much questions are from aesthetic, how much questions for current affairs, and how much maybe understanding you have all about this. So prepare your strategy first, and then prepare for the 1 year and see the outcome. Okay,
Okay, sir.
so you can go.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Sakshi.
Sir, I want to know how is geography as an optional subject?
Geography is a very nice option. Good thing I will say. If you are a technical person, that's a good thing because there are many technical aspects of geography. So in that way, it will help a lot. Second positive thing about geography, more number of students appear for this examination. So uh, the issue of scaling in the optional subject will be very less on this geography. And on the negative side, I would say it's a very lengthy subject. Very overall, all the optional subjects are almost similar. But in geography, it takes a very lot time to clear the concept because it's a technical subject. You need to understand how things works. Okay, if you are focusing on plate tectonics, you need to know everything about that. Know what were previous theories, now theories, and all you need to know. So it's very technical thing. So it will take around you 8 to 10 months full time to prepare for this geography as an option. But you are very good in geography, very interested in geography, then you should definitely go for the geography.
Sir, I'm a student of geography honors, and so that's why I'm asking you whether I can opt this subject.
The shortest way to finalize, go through paper 2 of this optional paper of last 3 years. Okay,
Okay.
as you have done honors in geography, you get to know, you will understand how questions are appearing. There are very dynamic questions, even in geography, in paper 2. If you find those questions easy, then definitely you should go for geography.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
हेलो सर
Hi, Venkatesh.
सर केमिस्ट्री कैसा रहेगा ऑप्शनल में
Sorry.
केमिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल
केमिस्ट्री ऑप्शनल, आपका ग्रेजुएशन
अभी थर्ड ईयर में हूँ मैं केमिस्ट्री के साथ
केमिस्ट्री के साथ थर्ड ईयर में.
हाँ.
बेस्ट ऑप्शन इज केमिस्ट्री. इफ यू आर सो मच इंटरेस्टेड केमिस्ट्री में, अगर आपको बहुत ज्यादा इंटरेस्ट है ना, तो आप इस सब्जेक्ट ले सकते हो. केमिस्ट्री प्लस पॉइंट ये है कि उसमें अगर आपने अटेम्प्ट करा ना, तो आपको मार्क्स मिलेंगे. केमिस्ट्री में न्यूमेरिकल पार्ट भी है ना काफी, ऑर्गेनिक केमिस्ट्री है. तो अगर आप उसमें अच्छे हो, आपने क्यों क्वेश्चन आएगा, अटेम्प्ट करोगे, सही होगा, आपको फुल मार्क्स मिलेंगे. इट्स सिमिलर टू मैथमेटिक्स, यू नो. तो अगर आप अच्छे हो ना बहुत, तो आपको बहुत ज्यादा बेनिफिट होगा इस सब्जेक्ट में. लेकिन अगर आपका डिपेंड, वही मैं कहता हूँ ना, आपको कितना इंटरेस्ट है उस सब्जेक्ट में। और दूसरा, इसको चूज करने का सिंपल वे है, आप इसका जो करिकुलम है केमिस्ट्री का वो देखो, और लास्ट 5 इयर्स के क्वेश्चन पेपर देखो, आपको ऑटोमेटिकली पता चल जाएगा कि, क्योंकि मे बी आपने 3 साल केमिस्ट्री करा है, ठीक है, और आप ऑप्शनल पेपर देखोगे,
हाँ।
अगर आपको कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्वेश्चंस क्या आ रहे हैं क्या, तो इसका मतलब कि समथिंग इज नॉट गुड, है ना, कुछ अलग चाहिए इसके लिए मे बी। तो यानी उस चीज में यानी थोड़ा वो सेल्फ एनालाइज करना पड़ेगा उसको।
अच्छा।
गुड इवनिंग सर।
यस।
सर मैं अभी इकोनॉमिक्स ऑनर्स कर रही हूँ, सेकेंड ईयर में हूँ, तो इकोनॉमिक्स एज एन ऑप्शनल पेपर कैसी चॉइस है?
इकोनॉमिक्स बहुत अच्छी चॉइस है। प्लस पॉइंट ये है उसका कि वो आपको यानी एज ए इकोनॉमिक्स से मेंस है ना उसका, यानी अभी वेटेज बहुत बढ़ रहा है मेंस में इकोनॉमिक्स, क्योंकि अभी इस ग्लोबली ही इकोनॉमिक्स तो बहुत चीजें फोकस हो रही है, इवन ट्रेड हो गया या फिर जो भी चीजें हो रही है ना अब, यानी उससे रिलेटेड बहुत हो रही है। इवन लास्ट 2 ईयर से इवन मेंस में भी इकोनॉमिक्स का वेटेज बहुत बढ़ गया है, ठीक है, तो इस हिसाब से आपको जनरली बहुत हेल्प करेगा वो। इवन अपार्ट फ्रॉम योर यानी ऑप्शनल, आपको जीएस को समझने में, और जीएस के पेपर होंगे ना जीएस का, उसमें आपको बहुत ही ज्यादा हेल्प करेगा, पर्टिकुलर जीएस 2 एंड 3 में तो आपको यानी अच्छा हेल्प करेगा वो, ये अंडरस्टैंडिंग आपकी बहुत। लेकिन उसमें इकोनॉमिक्स में ये चीज है कि अगर आप ऑप्शनल लेते हो उसको, तो ऑप्शनल में फिर आपको यानी रिक्वायरमेंट आपकी बहुत यानी ज्यादा चाहिए होगी, आपको बहुत डेप्थ में प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा, ठीक है। और दूसरा ये कि उसका सिलेबस इतना ज्यादा नहीं है, प्लस पॉइंट है कि आपको इतना टाइम नहीं लेगा वो। अगर आपने इकोनॉमिक्स में या आपका ग्रेजुएशन है आप कर रहे हो, तो आपको इतना टाइम नहीं लगेगा प्रिपेयर करने में, तो उसका प्लस पॉइंट है, ठीक है।
ओके, थैंक यू।
गुड इवनिंग सर। हेलो।
हेलो।
हाँ सर, गुड इवनिंग।
गुड इवनिंग। हाँ कपिल।
सर ये प्रीलिम के लिए हर एक सब्जेक्ट का नोट्स बनाना जरूरी है क्या सर?
नहीं बिल्कुल, देखो हाँ ये मैं मिस कर गया, प्रीलिम के लिए कोई नोट्स नहीं बनती है, प्रीलिम के लिए नोट्स कोई भी नहीं बनानी। देखो नोट्स मैं बता दूं, नोट्स क्या रहता है, नोट्स आप मेंस के लिए बनाते हो। देखो प्रीलिम जो है ना उसमें क्या है कि मेनली आप जो पढ़ोगे वो स्टैटिक बुक से पढ़ते हो ना, मान लो लक्ष्मीकांत आप पढ़ रहे हो, ठीक है,
या
पॉलिटी,
सर।
ऑब्वियसली लक्ष्मीकांत आप हर साल पढ़ोगे, उसी बुक को खोलोगे, तो उसके कोई नोट्स नहीं बनते, उसको फिर से पढ़ो, अंडरलाइन कर लो, हाईलाइट कर लो, नेक्स्ट टाइम हाईलाइटेड पढ़ो, या फिर पूरा पढ़ो, क्योंकि कई बार क्या होता है कई बार पढ़ते हो आपका अंडरस्टैंडिंग, आप फिर से पढ़ते हो ना, मे भी आपको नई चीज जानने को मिलती है। इवन मैं बता दूं, मैंने एनसीईआरटी इतनी बार पढ़ी है ना, मैं फिर से वही एनसीईआरटी पढ़ता हूँ ना, मुझे कुछ नया मिलेगा जानने को, ठीक है। नोट्स बना लेते हो ना, तो क्या होगा कि एक बार आपने नोट्स बना ली ना, तो आप उसकी वो आपका मैक्सिमम नॉलेज हो जाएगा, फिर उससे आपका नॉलेज कम ही होगा, बढ़ेगा नहीं, क्योंकि आपने लिमिट कर ली उस चीज को। मे बी उस चीज प्रोसेस में आपने कुछ अच्छी चीज स्किप कर दी है जो आपने नोट्स में नहीं उतारी है। और प्रीलिम क्या है, उसमें फैक्चुअल्स चाहिए, तो आप नोट्स बना लोगे तो कितनी नोट्स बनाओगे, कि प्रीलिम बहुत एग्जॉस्टिव है, उसके लिए बहुत प्रिपरेशन चाहिए। नोट्स कौन सी चीज की बनाते जो आप एक बार पढ़ोगे और फिर से आपके सामने वो चीज नहीं आने वाली। मान लो कि आपने न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ा, ठीक है, आज का न्यूज़पेपर पढ़े हो, तो आप वो न्यूज़पेपर थोड़ी स्टोर करके रखते हो, न्यूज़पेपर में आपको कोई एक चीज अच्छी लग गई कि हाँ ये वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी है, यहाँ पर ये एंडेंजर्ड स्पीसीज फर्स्ट टाइम देखा गया है ना, ये एक्सटिंक्ट स्पीसीज था वो फर्स्ट टाइम यहाँ देखा गया है, तो वो एक न्यूज हो गई। तो आपको ऑब्वियसली वो नाम याद नहीं रहेगा मे बी वो बर्ड का या एनिमल का, तो उसको आपने नोट कर लिया, तो वो हो गई नोट, वो प्रीलिम में हेल्प करेगी। लेकिन ये नहीं कि आप एडिटोरियल पढ़ रहे हो उसकी शॉर्ट नोट्स बना रहे हो, ऐसा करने की जरूरत नहीं है। इवन जो आपका करंट अफेयर्स के लिए आप मैगजीन्स करते हो, तो उसको हाईलाइट कर लिया करो और बार बार उस मैगजीन्स को पढ़ो। नोट्स प्रीलिम के लिए बनाओगे ना, तो आपको यानी काफी टाइम लग जाएगा, मे बी 1 साल निकल जाएगा।
ओके सर। और सर एक और सवाल था सर।
हाँ जी।
सर अभी तो हम तैयारी कर रहे हैं, तो यहाँ से अभी तो हमको जो जॉब है वो ऐसा ग्लोरी टाइप लगता है सर। तो सच में सर एक बार लगने के बाद फिर वो ऐसा जॉब, यानी आपका एक्सपीरियंस ऐसा कैसा है सर? तो ग्लोरी है कि चार्म है वो जॉब में सर?
सिविल सर्विस की बात कर रहे हो?
हाँ सर, अभी तो यहाँ से हमको लगता है कि वो जॉब बहुत ठीक है, अपने लिए वही बेस्ट है। और उसमें थोड़ा ये अच्छा रहेगा, फाइनेंशियल अच्छा रहेगा, स्टेटस अच्छा रहेगा, अगर एक बार लगने के बाद
देखो
सर
सिविल
कैसा रहता है?
नहीं लगने के बाद एक्चुअली क्या होता है कि ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी होती है, और ये तो नेचुरल टेंडेंसी है। पता है आप जहाँ पर हो ना, आपको हमेशा ये होता है कि आप आगे जाओगे, आपको यानी आप इवन ये तो स्कूल में होता है, 10th बोर्ड हो गया तो चलो अब 12th बोर्ड में अच्छे मार्क्स आ गए, एक बार 12th बोर्ड अच्छे से कर लिया तो फिर तो मजे ही मजे है। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होता, आप कॉलेज में जाते हो, फिर से वही करना है, फिर से अच्छी मेहनत नहीं करोगे तो आपका प्लेसमेंट नहीं होगा। फिर लगता है कि चलो एक बार जॉब अच्छी लग गई तो फिर आपको हैप्पीनेस वो यानी सेटिस्फाइड हो जाए। लेकिन सेटिस्फेक्शन एक्चुअली इट्स मीथ, और ये होना भी नहीं चाहिए, समझे। इवन आप जब सिविल सर्विस में आओगे ना, अगर आपने एग्जाम क्लियर कर लिया सिविल सर्विस में, लेकिन ये हो गया आपका गोल, एक स्टैंडर्ड सेट हो गया, आप अब उससे आगे देखो। अब आप अपना करियर को और डायरेक्शंस दे सकते हो। और मैं इस सर्विस को प्रीफर इसलिए करता हूँ क्योंकि ये आपको इतने वाइड अपॉर्चुनिटीज देगा। आपको जिस फील्ड में जाना है, आपको वर्ल्ड की बेस्ट यूनिवर्सिटीज हो गई है ना, वो सारी हार्वर्ड या कहीं पर भी आपको और स्टडी में अगर आगे जाना है, कोई भी फील्ड में जाना है, कोई भी डिपार्टमेंट में जाना है, कहीं पर भी जा सकते हो। बहुत ज्यादा वाइड इसमें आपको पोर्टफोलियो मिलते, तो सेटिस्फेक्शन नो डाउट आपको मिलेगा इसमें। यानी इससे ज्यादा यहाँ पर अगर आपको सेटिस्फेक्शन मिलता ना तो कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, दैट आई कैन गारंटी यू। तो ये सर्विसेज सिविल सर्विस में ये सबसे अच्छी चीज है आपको। और दूसरी चीज, इस सर्विस में आके आपको आपके पास ना प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं रहेगी, प्रॉब्लम सारी खत्म हो जाएगी, लेकिन चैलेंजेस रहेगी। देयर इज अ डिफरेंस बिटवीन प्रॉब्लम्स एंड चैलेंजेस, यू नो। प्रॉब्लम्स इन बेसिक प्रॉब्लम्स, यानी कि बच्चे का एडमिशन कराना है स्कूल में, या फिर बेसिक यानी हाउस होल्ड वर्क्स एंड एवरीथिंग, तो वो सब खत्म हो जाएगी। वो सारे कंफर्ट्स आपको मिलेंगे, है ना। एकोमोडेशन हो गया, फाइनेंशियल आपका अच्छा रहेगा, तो सब सेटल हो जाए। लेकिन चैलेंजेस रहेंगे, बड़े डिसीजंस लेने पड़ेंगे, मे बी ऐसे डिसीजंस होंगे जो आपको मोरली चैलेंज करेंगे। वो एक डिफरेंट सिनेरियो है, वो ऑब्वियसली वो चीजें तो लाइफ में होनी चाहिए। बगैर चैलेंजेस के तो आपको यानी ऐसा तो नहीं है कि आप सिविल सर्विस क्लियर करोगे और आप यानी एक हेवन स्वर्ग में आ जाओगे। और जहां तक बात हुई आपने कहा ग्लोरी, ग्लोरी इन द सेंस मैं वैल्यू करता हूँ कि ये सर्विस आपको वो चीज दे सकती है, आपको वो सेटिस्फेक्शन दे सकती है कि जहां आप यानी रियल में काम, मैंने बोला नहीं सर्विस है, जॉब नहीं है। क्योंकि जॉब इसलिए नहीं है क्योंकि ये ऐसा नहीं कि आपको 9 to 7 9 to 5 काम करना है। ये आपको ऐसा है, अगर आपको अच्छा लगता है लोगों के लिए काम करना है, रियल में लोगों के लिए काम करना, ऐसा कि आपको लाइफ में कोई पर्पस चाहिए, तो यहाँ पर वो सारी चीज आप फुलफिल कर सकते हो। आप किसी भी फील्ड में आगे बढ़ सकते हो, आप अपने यानी फुल जितना भी आपका पोटेंशियल है एक्सप्लोर कर सकते हो। कोई आपको यानी यहाँ हर्डल्स सच नहीं मिलेंगे, ठीक है। तो इस हिसाब से मैं कहूंगा कि और सोशल स्टेटस तो आपको पता ही होगा सोशली कि इस सर्विसेज को कितना यानी लोग यानी हाईली देखते हैं। तो इस हिसाब से यानी आई स्ट्रांगली रिकमेंड कि हाँ, ये ऐसा नहीं है कि ऑब्वियसली आप इस बार जैसे मैं सर्विस में आ गया हूँ तो मुझे ऐसा नहीं लगेगा कि जैसे मैंने बहुत सारा अचीव कर लिया समथिंग। तो मैं अभी भी यानी अपना बेस्ट वर्जन ट्राई कर रहा हूँ, यानी अप्रोच करने का। अभी भी मेरे पास और अब नए गोल्स है, अब नई चीजें हैं करने को। मैं नए यानी गोल सेट करे, मुझे कुछ नया अचीव करना है, तो ये तो रहेगा ही लाइफ में, है ना। तो लेकिन अभी के लिए अगर आप प्रिपेयर कर रहे हो तो बेस्ट सिनेरियो यही है कि ये आपका गोल होना चाहिए। और यहाँ पर मैं ये कहूंगा आप डिससेटिस्फाइड नहीं होगे।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक्स अ लॉट सर।
Hello, sir. Chetna here.
हेलो,
हाँ जी सर। सर मेरा
हाँ जी,
सर मेरा एग्रीकल्चर से मैं पीएचडी हूँ एग्रीकल्चर से।
ओके,
हाँ जी सर। और सर मैं फॉरेस्ट सर्विस के लिए जाना चाहती हूँ।
वेरी नाइस।
तो सर मैं ऑप्शनल में एग्रीकल्चर अभी ले रही हूँ यूपीएससी के लिए भी, और फॉरेस्ट सर्विस मेरा खुद का इंटरेस्ट फॉरेस्ट सर्विस में है।
अच्छा,
तो सर मैं उसके साथ बोटनी भी ले रही हूँ।
ओके,
उसमें 2 ऑप्शनल होगा इसलिए। तो
हाँ।
सर ये एग्रीकल्चर आप कैसा कोई आइडिया है सर अभी का?
एग्रीकल्चर में एक्चुअली क्या है देखो, इसमें मुझे एक्चुअली इतना पता है कि इसमें जो क्वेश्चंस रहते हैं ना एग्रीकल्चर, वो रहेंगे यानी जनरल पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू। इसमें क्वेश्चंस फैक्चुअल्स रहेंगे उसमें, यानी जो भी है, मान लो सॉइल टाइप हो गया और जो भी फैक्चुअल टेक्निकल हो गए वो, लेकिन कम रहेगा। मेन वो रहेगा उसका इम्पैक्ट, है ना, उसका इम्पैक्ट वाइडर उसमें टर्म में लो तो यानी क्लाइमेट चेंज हो गया तो उसका इम्पैक्ट, जनरल व्यू यानी ग्लोबली इंडिया कहाँ स्टैंड करता है उस चीज में एग्रीकल्चरली, है ना, और दूसरे यानी मोर एथिकल अप्रोच कि एज ए इंडिया एग्रीकल्चर, हम यानी एग्रीकल्चर यानी कंट्री है, ठीक है,
जी सर।
ऑलमोस्ट 70% यानी सब एग्रीकल्चर में, स्टिल वी आर गोइंग फॉर दिस यानी आईटी एंड सर्विस सेक्टर हमारा सबसे ज्यादा अभी ग्रो कर रहा है सब। तो हमें अभी यानी मोस्टली हमारा जो कैपिटल इन्वेस्टमेंट है वो किस डायरेक्शन में करना चाहिए, हमें ऐसे यानी एग्रीकल्चर कंट्री आगे बढ़ना चाहिए कि हमें मॉडर्नाइज और ज्यादा होना चाहिए, ऑटोमेशन ज्यादा होना चाहिए, तो ये सारे क्वेश्चन है ना, ये भी इसमें कवर करने पड़ेंगे पर्टिकुलरली जब
जी
आप
सर।
फॉरेस्ट सर्विस, क्योंकि ये मैंने काफी मेरे फ्रेंड्स से जिन्होंने एग्रीकल्चर ऑप्शन लेकर अभी यानी फॉरेस्ट सर्विस में हो, तो वो बता रहे थे उनका भी ग्रेजुएशन सेम ऐसे एग्रीकल्चर में थे, तो वो बोलते कि अप्रोच चेंज होता है, समझ रहे हो, आपका भले आपने एग्रीकल्चर से यानी आप अभी कर रहे हो ग्रेजुएशन, लेकिन जब आप एग्जाम के लिए प्रिपेयर करोगे ना तो इसकी रिक्वायरमेंट कुछ और होगी, तो आपको उस सेम यानी आपको यानी एग्रीकल्चर उसको एज ए मीन यूज करना पड़ेगा यहाँ पर, यानी एज इट इज वो क्वेश्चंस नहीं आएंगे, लेकिन उसको अप्लाई करोगे आप कि वो कैसे यानी आप उससे सर्व कर सकते हो,
जी
है
जी
ना,
जी
तो उस डायरेक्शन में आप देखना, तो वो बहुत हेल्प करेगा इसमें।
जी सर। सर मैंने एग्रीकल्चर के पेपर देखे हैं लास्ट ईयर के,
हाँ
जो मेंस के हैं, वो
हाँ
मेंस के लिए। तो सर वो एग्रीकल्चर और बॉटनी दोनों के देखा मैंने, वो जब ऑप्शनल सिलेक्ट कर रही थी तब। तो मैंने देखा कि जो भी टर्मिनोलॉजी है, जो भी वर्ड है, वो सब मतलब कि हम थोड़े बहुत तो उसके रिलेटेड कुछ तो जानते हैं, ठीक है सर।
हाँ
बाकी सब्जेक्ट की कंपैरिजन में
हाँ
तो सर ये मतलब थोड़ा ज्यादा डिप में पढ़ना पड़ेगा अभी तो, जो ऑप्शनल लिया है तो। पर ये सही है सर कि मैंने ऐसे लिया है, बॉटनी भी ऐसे साथ में लिया है, मैं थोड़ा उससे फेमिलियर हूँ सारे वर्ड से, तो ये अच्छा रहेगा मेरे लिए।
डेफिनेटली अगर आप फैमिलियर हो तो वो आपको प्लस पॉइंट ही रहेगा, क्योंकि आपको अंडरस्टैंड, ऑब्वियसली मैंने बताया ना कि ये चीज यानी भले आपको ऑप्शन ये ग्रेजुएशन रहा लेकिन इसके लिए रिक्वायरमेंट अलग होगी, तो आपको नई चीजें दिखेंगी, नए टर्म्स दिखेंगे, लेकिन जब आप ऑब्वियसली जब आपको स्टार्ट करोगे प्रिपेयर करना, ठीक है, तो यानी आप देखोगे सिलेबस बुक देखोगे तो वो चीज अपने आप आपको क्लियर हो जाएगी कि आपको ये करना है कि नहीं करना है, आपको उसकी डेप्थ में जाओगे तो आपको समझ में आएगी, लेकिन डेफिनेटली एक चीज श्योर है कि आपको इसमें इंटरेस्ट जरूर आएगा, ठीक है, और नई चीज होना बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि नई चीज नहीं होगी ना तो आपको में भी लगता है कि ये तो आपने किया हुआ है तो आप इम्प्रूव नहीं कर पाओगे, नई चीज होगी तो आप उसको समझोगे, एनालाइज करोगे और मे बी उस चीज को यानी ज्यादा अच्छे से इम्बाइब कर पाओगे, है ना, तो हेल्प करेगा डेफिनेटली, ये ऑप्शन आप ले सकते हो।
सर एक ये था कि कोई अभी जो जिसी ने मतलब करंटली आपके कोई कांटेक्ट में हो, ऐसे कोई कि एग्रीकल्चर ऑप्शनल लिया हो, ये फॉरेस्ट सर्विस में हो, तो सर अगर उसका थोड़ा कांटेक्ट या तो कुछ गाइडेंस के लिए सिर्फ तो मिल सकता है क्या सर?
हाँ मैं डेफिनेटली बात करूंगा, है ना, आप मुझे ड्रॉप कर देना अपना कांटेक्ट में, डेफिनेटली यानी ट्राई करूंगा कनेक्ट करने की।
जी सर, थोड़ा गाइडेंस के लिए सर।
श्योर श्योर।
बाकी हाँ, थैंक यू सर।
Good evening, sir. First of all, how are you?
Fine, fine, thank you. How are you?
So my name is Pratna Mishra, and my question to you is, how much old data that UPSC asks from current affairs? And please give some tips to cover current affairs.
Current affairs for prelim or means?
So for prelims as well as for mains.
Okay, for prelims, I said it depends around, it consists around 20% maximum. I said 20 or 25 upper limit. So it will, but main thing, one thing is for sure, you will clear your prelim based on your static knowledge. Got it? For example, if you go through a 2016 paper, 2016 UPSC prelim paper, it was said that that paper was basically mostly based on the current affairs. Many questions. It was said that this is a SSC type paper, SSC examination type paper, where all the factual questions from current affairs, Kharai Camel, and some yellow banana, something, whatever it was. So there were such any basic factual questions in that paper. And many students were saying at that time these very any current based paper. But let me say at that time also I prepared only my statics strongly, and I covered my current very limited to only one source. But still I scored 126 marks. Cut off were 116. I got 126 marks based on only my static paper understanding. And you analyze that paper closely, you will find that majority of the questions of that paper 2016 prelim paper was also from static. It was not a current. No doubt, current will be a part, but it was not a current. So your strength should be on the static. Current should only a addendum, supplement. It should be a supplement, not your primary source of preparation. Even while preparing for your mains, you need to uh, get basic data, facts about. Even for example, if you are preparing for economics, you need to get basic facts about our GDP now, pre-independence, post-independence, and how the economy grow from stage one as a stage, and before LPG, after LPG. So in that way, you need to have the understanding, thorough understanding. Current affairs doesn't mean what is happening currently. You need to clear that thing first of all. Current affairs doesn't mean what is happening currently. Questions will be based on understanding why this is happening, how this is happening. Okay, and the answers lies in the history of these things. If you want to understand why China is doing all these things right now, you need to understand how China was 100 years back. Okay, how communist government came there, what were their objectives, how their cultural different than other countries, even compared to India, how their economic models. So you need to get through those things to understand why China is doing this. Okay, so when you are preparing for current affairs, try to analyze things, try to read between the lines while preparing for mains. While you are preparing for prelim, just go through any current affairs magazines, limited magazines, okay, one or maximum two, and try to revise those magazines. Don't go for new magazines all over. Go through particular one or two magazines, monthly magazine uh, so that will be in maximum 24 magazines. Okay, so that will be more than sufficient. Okay, so try to identify current affairs facts, and try to revise those things repeatedly. Don't go for new books or magazines repeatedly. Current affairs is on daily basis, so don't fall into that trap. Just limit your resources and try to revise as many times as possible. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
સર
Hello.
સર આ આપણે યુપીએસસી માં કરંટ અફેર્સ કેટલા વર્ષ સુધીના પૂછાઈ શકે?
કરંટ અફેર્સ
કેટલા વર્ષ સુધીના પૂછાઈ શકે?
કેટલા વર્ષ સુધીના? મેક્સિમમ 2 વર્ષ.
2 વર્ષ પહેલાના કરંટ અફેર્સ પૂછાઈ શકે?
કરંટ એન્ડ પ્રીવિયસ યર્સ 2 માં. પણ એનો મતલબ એ નથી કે એના પહેલાનું ન પૂછાય. મે બી કેટલાક મોન્યુમેન્ટલ ડિસિઝન્સ થયા હોય, હે ને, પહેલાના. માન લો કે ક્યોટો પ્રોટોકોલ, કોરોના વાયરસ બેઝિક થઈ ગયો.
ના, એટલે અત્યારે તો હું 12માં છું, એટલે 3 વર્ષ પછી કોરોના થોડું આમ લો થઈ જશે, એનું પણ પૂછી શકે ને?
પૂછી શકે, નો ડાઉટ પૂછી શકે. પણ એનો મતલબ એ નથી કે એ લિમિટ રહેશે કે આપણી જસ્ટિફાય ના કરી શકે. પણ કરંટ અફેર્સ જો રહ્યા તો મેક્સિમમ 2 વર્ષ. બાકી જે પણ હશે ને ક્વેશ્ચન્સ, એ બધા બહુ ફંડામેન્ટલ હશે, જે તમારા કવર થઈ જશે સ્ટેટિકમાં. નો ઇશ્યુ એમાં. એવા કઈ અને મેઇન છે, માન લો એકાદ ક્વેશ્ચન્સ આવી જાય ને તો તમે સ્કીપ કરી શકો છો. એટલે જો પ્રિપેર કરી રહ્યા હોય તો મેક્સિમમ 2 વર્ષ. એનાથી પછી વધારે જૂનું પ્રિપેર કરવાની જરૂર નથી.
ઓકે. અને સર આપણે જે સ્કૂલમાં જે આપણે લખીએ કે સવાલનો જવાબ અને યુપીએસસી માં સવાલના જવાબ લખીએ, એમાં ફેર પડી શકે ને સર? લખવાની રીતમાં ફેર પાડવો પડે ને?
ફરક પડવો,
આપણી લખવાની રીતમાં ફેર પાડવો પડે?
ડેફિનેટલી. યુપીએસસી માં રિક્વાયરમેન્ટ તમારી રહેશે કે તમે જો સ્કૂલની એક્ઝામ્સ આપો ને તો તમે એઝ અ સ્ટુડન્ટ તમે લખી રહ્યા છો એક્ઝામ, એમાં મેઇનલી ફેક્ચ્યુઅલ્સ હશે કે ક્વેશ્ચન્સ પૂછ્યો છે એનો તમને જવાબ આવડે છે કે નહીં. અહીંયા ક્વેશ્ચન્સ હશે એ તમને તમારી એનાલિસિસ, તમારી અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડિંગ પ્રમાણે તમે લખવાનો છે. તમે બધું વાંચશો, આટલી તૈયારી કરશો, પણ એમાંથી ક્વેશ્ચન્સ ડાયરેક્ટલી નહીં આવે. ક્વેશ્ચન્સ એ આવશે જે તમારે તમારા વ્યૂઝ મૂકવાના હશે, તો એમાં એક સ્ટ્રક્ચર હોવું જોઈએ. બીજું, તમે જ્યારે જવાબ આપી રહ્યા હોય તો એક એઝ એન એડમિનિસ્ટ્રેટર તમારો જવાબ હોવો જોઈએ. એમને ફીલ થવું જોઈએ કે આને આ પ્રોબ્લેમ આપવામાં આવ્યો, એગ્રીકલ્ચર ઇશ્યુ પર પ્રોબ્લેમ આવ્યો, તો તમે એને પ્લસ પોઈન્ટ બતાવ્યા, એને ડ્રોબેક્સ બતાવ્યા, એનું સોલ્યુશન્સ બતાવ્યા અને તમારું કન્ક્લુઝન આપ્યું. તો એક સ્ટ્રક્ચર હોવું જોઈએ આન્સરમાં. તો એ તમે રાઇટિંગ પ્રેક્ટિસ કરશો ને એની મે બી મેક્સિમમ 2 or 3 months માં તમારામાં એ આવી જશે, નો ડાઉટ. પહેલા પણ બેઝ તૈયાર કરી લો એના માટે.
ઓકે સર, ધન્યવાદ.
सर
હાજી,
सर
યસ ગૌરવ. હેલો. હેલો.
हेलो सर.
हाँ हेलो.
सर मैं 2 साल के बाद मेरा फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट है, तो क्या मैं अभी से ऐसे की प्रिपरेशन कर सकता हूँ, मतलब कि ऐसे डेली बेस पे लिख सकता हूँ?
आई से अभी नहीं लिखना चाहिए, क्योंकि ऐसे लिखने के लिए क्या है कि आपका पहले ना बेसिक आपके पास उतना इंफॉर्मेशन होना चाहिए. आपके पास इतना बेसिक इंफॉर्मेशन होगा तब आप ऐसे, क्योंकि इसमें ये नहीं है कि आपको क्वेश्चन ऐसे लिख रहे हो ह्यूमन एम्पावरमेंट पे, तो आपके पास इतनी इंफॉर्मेशन होनी चाहिए कि अभी क्या हो रहा है, कैसा है. मे बी आप अभी प्रैक्टिस करोगे तो आपका स्ट्रक्चर डेवलप होगा, लेकिन कंटेंट वाइज आपको अभी और प्रिपरेशन की जरूरत पड़ेगी. तो पहले सारी एनसीईआरटीज खत्म करो, चीजों को समझो, है ना. सारे यानी जो टर्म्स है, सारे कम्युनलिज्म हो गया, यानी सारे यानी फेमिनिज्म है, और सारी जो भी यानी टर्म्स है उस चीजों को समझो कि कैसे है, यानी कैसे सारे मॉडल्स अलग पड़ते हैं, इकोनॉमिक मॉडल हो गए. तो चीजों जितना यानी इंफॉर्मेशन पहले गैदर करो, पहले प्रिपेयर हो जाओ, यानी पहले कंटेंट आप तैयार कर लो, फिर उसको लिखने की ट्राई करो, है ना. उसके बाद यानी अभी मैं कहूँगा एटलीस्ट फॉर 1 year आप यानी फोकस ये करो कि आप कंटेंट गैदर करो, चीजों को याद करो, समझो चीजों को, है ना. फिर आप लिखना ट्राई करो धीरे धीरे. तो यानी वो, और ऐसे एक ऐसी चीज है कि एक बार आप प्रिपेयर हो गए ना, अपने जीएस अच्छा हो गया, ये सब अच्छा हो गया, तो ऐसे अपने आप वो डेवलप हो जाएगा. ऐसे क्या है, रियल में वो आपका यानी मिरर है, यानी आपकी पर्सनालिटी का, है ना. वो आपको रिप्रेजेंट करेगा ऐसे एग्जाम में. फिर आप ऐसे में जो लिखोगे वो दिखेगा कि आप एज अ पर्सन, एज एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर आप ये सोचते हो. तो इसके लिए आपको पहले अंडरस्टैंडिंग होनी चाहिए एज एन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर. एज ए यानी आप ये इस प्रिपरेशन में कोई भी स्टूडेंट नहीं है, यू ऑल आर एस्पिरेंट्स. ओके, तो उस तरह बिहेव होना चाहिए, उस तरह दिखना चाहिए कि आप एक एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर की तरह लिख रहे हो. तो इसलिए पहले कंटेंट पे मैं कहूँगा फोकस पहले करो, है ना, एटलीस्ट 6 महीने.
अच्छा, थैंक यू सर.
हेलो सर.
हेलो.
हाँ सर, सोशियोलॉजी हम ऑप्शनल में ले तो चलेगा?
हाँ, सोशियोलॉजी काफी अच्छा सब्जेक्ट है. प्लस पॉइंट उसका सिलेबस काफी छोटा कहा जाता है सच. बट सोशियोलॉजी अगर आप ऑप्शन ले रहे हो तो मैं कहूँगा कि आपको यानी इंटेलेक्चुअल स्किल्स ज्यादा स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि इसमें जो क्वेश्चंस आते हैं ना पेपर में, वो काफी यानी ओपन क्वेश्चंस होते हैं. अंडरस्टैंड. ओपन क्वेश्चंस मींस यानी उसके आंसर कोई एक नहीं हो सकता. फैक्चुअल ऐसे बहुत कम रहेगा उसमें क्वेश्चंस. फैक्चुअल में भी सोशियोलॉजिस्ट पुराने हो गए, वो फैक्चुअल पेपर होने का और हो जाए. लेकिन पेपर 2 जब आएगा तो उसकी यानी ये अगर सोशियोलॉजी है तो उसका क्या इम्पोर्टेंस है, वो कैसे एज ए पब्लिक सर्विस में कैसे हेल्प करेगा, और बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स है उसके.
मतलब मल्टीपल डायमेंशंस.
हाँ, उसका कोई एक आंसर नहीं हो सकता है, समझे. आप क्वेश्चन का कोई एक आंसर नहीं होगा. तो इसलिए आप सिलेबस भले छोटा है, लेकिन उसके लिए आप यानी 1 घंटा पढ़ोगे, 3 घंटे आपको सोचना पड़ेगा. आपका इंट्रोस्पेक्शन बहुत स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए, अंडरस्टैंडिंग एनालिसिस बहुत स्ट्रांग होना चाहिए. आपका इंटेलेक्चुअल लेवल पर्टिकुलरली, यानी सब अंडरस्टैंडिंग साइकोलॉजी और वो चीजें थोड़ी ज्यादा स्ट्रांग होनी चाहिए. आप फिलोसॉफी या सोशियोलॉजी ऑप्शन लेते हो ना, तो
हाँ,
अगर
और
आप इस चीज में आपको इंटरेस्ट है तो आप ले सकते हो।
ठीक है, तो ज्योग्राफी कैसा रहेगा उसके कंपेयर में?
ज्योग्राफी अच्छा है। ज्योग्राफी मैंने पहले बताया कि वो टेक्निकल सब्जेक्ट है, उसमें उतने यानी आपको ओपन एंडेड नहीं रहेगा, उसका फिक्स क्वेश्चन आंसर रहेंगे। अगर आपने ऑप्शन अच्छे से प्रिपेयर कर लिया तो आपका आंसर कर ही सकते हो। आंसर यानी कि उसमें वेरी नहीं करेगा, उसका आंसर फिक्स ही होगा। आपको पूछा गया कि इस कंट्रीज की सॉइल्स में क्या वेरिएशंस रहते हैं, क्या टाइप, तो वो फिक्स हो गया है ना, उसमें आप ओपनली कुछ भी नहीं कह सकते हो, वो फिक्स। तो उसके लिए प्रिपेयर करोगे डेप्थ में तो वो आपका वन टाइम प्रिपरेशन हो गया।
या
सर आपको
ओके,
हेल्प करेगा।
हाँ, थैंक यू सर।
हेलो सर।
हेलो।
हाँ सर, गुजराती लिटरेचर कैसा रहेगा?
लिटरेचर?
हाँ, गुजराती
कौन सा लिटरेचर?
गुजराती
गुजराती लिटरेचर। तो मैंने बताया गुजराती लिटरेचर मेरा भी ऑप्शनल था। गुजराती लिटरेचर का मैंने बताया ना, सबसे अच्छी रैंक उसकी ये पेपर 2 उसका स्टैटिक है ना। पेपर 2 में कुछ भी बाहर के क्वेश्चंस नहीं आएंगे, सिंपली जो 18 कृति है उसी के क्वेश्चंस आएंगे। कोई भी ऐसा क्वेश्चन नहीं आएगा जो यानी बहुत ही जनरल होगा। और अच्छे से आपने कृति तैयार कर ली, अच्छे से प्रिपेयर हो गया एक बार सब्जेक्ट ऑप्शन, तो वो तैयार है। फिर आपको फिर से अगर आप मीन्स दे रहे हो तो आपको फिर से उसे रिवाइज भी करना है, ना कि ओपन एंडेड नहीं है। उसमें क्वेश्चंस उसके डेफिनेट आंसर्स रहेंगे, है ना। अगर आप गुजराती लिखना अच्छा आपको आता है, आपकी कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स और आपकी यानी वो चीज अच्छी है, तो और ज्यादा आपको एडवांटेज रहेगा, है ना। मेरा तो इवन मीडियम भी इंग्लिश था, फिर भी मैंने गुजराती लिटरेचर ऑप्शन लिया और मैंने उसके लिए अच्छा करा उसमें। तो यानी नो डाउट अगर आपका स्ट्रेंथ है वो और आप लेना चाहते हो तो वेल गुड।
सर मेरा भी मीडियम इंग्लिश ही है, पर गुजराती
नो इश्यूज, आप फिर भी ले सकते हो। वो इवन आपको यानी पॉजिटिवली पुश करेगा, उसमें यानी नेगेटिव ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि आप इंग्लिश मीडियम है और आप गुजराती ऑप्शन ले रहे हो। नथिंग टू वरी।
सर तो आप बुक लिस्ट शेयर कर सकते हो आपकी गुजराती लिटरेचर की?
क्या शेयर करना है?
बुक लिस्ट गुजराती लिटरेचर की।
गुजराती लिटरेचर की बुकलेट्स तो ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल है, काफी सोर्सेस है। मैं आपको सोर्सेस सारे शेयर कर लूंगा, बहुत ही ओपनली अवेलेबल है वो चीज। तो गुजराती टोटल यानी गुजराती अगर ऑप्शन बेस्ट चीज, हाँ दूसरी बेस्ट चीज ये है कि अगर ऑप्शन गुजराती ले रहे हो ना तो आपको यहाँ पर यानी एवेन्यूज और बहुत सी चीजें आपको मिलेगी, है ना। आपको यहाँ इंफॉर्मेशन यानी प्रिपरेशन में आपको रिसोर्सेस की कमी नहीं रहेगी, क्योंकि यहाँ पर मोस्टली लोग गुजराती लिटरेचर ही प्रिपेयर ऑप्शन लेते हैं। तो मटेरियल वाइज और इंफॉर्मेशन वाइज आपको सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी और मैं हैप्पीली शेयर कर लूंगा जो भी है।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
Good evening, sir.
गुड इवनिंग शिवन।
Sir, as I have done my DSc honors nursing. So, what's optional subject I want to take it that will be easy to prepare?
See, if you have done your nursing, then I would suggest you to go for anthropology. Just give a look. Anthropology is very nice subject. 30% is about human anatomy and basic about human cells and many embryos and everything about medical. 30%, and that is too basic, very basic about blood cells and blood types and everything. So it will help you a lot. And second thing, anthropology is very scoring subject, as people say. Many students are going for this particular subject, anthropology. So medical science, it will be a very difficult one for you, I think, though it's fully medical. But anthropology is good because it's 30% medical, and another is about human evolutions and understanding of human society, about religion, about community, about tribals and everything globally. So it's very interesting subject. But because you are from nursing, so that edge you will get there in anthropology particularly. So I would recommend anthropology. Yes.
Okay, if I will start the preparation for UPSC, then how I just have to start, as I am from science background, not from arts background. So how just I need to start it from this year?
Definitely, as early possible you should start. And as you are obviously you're from science background, it's well and good, no issue. But if you are starting preparing for civil services, just keep in mind that you need to prepare your static first. Go through all NCRTs, okay, and if you are going for an optional subject, then just go through last 5 years papers and your optional subject syllabus and books and resources available. If you are giving this examination in English medium, resource will not be an issue. If you are giving in Hindi or Gujarati medium, there will be a limitations on resources available, but you need to go through very limited books and material. But if you are giving an English medium, resource limitations will not be an issue. So start as early as possible and be consistent.
Sir, if we will prepare it from English medium, from which it will easy, from Hindi or from English?
English will be easy in the sense. See, if you are preparing this examination in English medium, so plus point, strongest point is availability of resources. All the resources available online, offline, and every coaching institution, and you will get all everything in best quality as possible in English medium. If you are preparing in Hindi medium, the resources are limited. Second plus point in Hindi medium is if you are writing this paper in Hindi, then your competition will be in the Hindi medium students because your paper will be evaluated by uh, maybe evaluators who are uh, Hindi medium from Hindi scholars. So it will limit yourself. Limit means your uh, final maybe evaluation will be based on how much you are doing good in particular those section in Hindi medium students. If you are giving in English medium, then your competition will be with 90% of the students because 90% of students are writing this exam in English medium. So you need to be a very strong, very if you are writing this examination, particularly in English. If you are writing in any regional language, then you will have upper hand of around 10 or 15 marks per paper. But on the other side, your resources will be limited. So.
Sir, how we have to start? Like first read the NCRT books, then we have to join the coaching, or first we need to join the coaching?
You can do simultaneously join the coaching and have the understanding read for example, if you have joined coaching and tomorrow there is a lecture of history, so before going to that lecture just finish class 8 NCRT of history, so you have pre-knowledge. When you go to that class you will have the pre-knowledge, so if it will help you to rebrush, revise, and more easily understanding. So you can do simultaneously. It's not an issue.
And sir, like we have to read the books from 6 to 12. In the 11, 12, from which stream we need to read the books?
Which stream means?
Like suppose in 11, 12 subjects are divided, science, commerce and arts. So which stream we need to?
It's science, but it's a subject. If you are going for NCRTs of histories, then history NCRTs for class 8 and class 9th and class 12th. Okay, history, ancient, medieval and modern histories, NCRTs, those. And if you are preparing for culture, art and culture, then go for class 12th arts NCRT. Okay, so based on which subject you are preparing, you need to go for that stream. The list of NCRTs will be easily available online. So you can just go through and download all the list of NCRTs, uh, purchase a hard book of all. If not, then take a printout or maybe you can read online if you're comfortable. but read those NCERTs and try to revise it as many times as possible.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
हेलो सर।
हेलो
सर अगर हम गुजराती लिटरेचर एज ऑप्शनल लेते हैं तो मेंस का जो क्वालिफाइंग पेपर है एक लैंग्वेज का, इंग्लिश और एनी लैंग्वेज, तो उसमें जो गुजराती लिटरेचर लिया है तो गुजराती लैंग्वेज लेते हैं, तो कुछ रिलेटेड है तो
ना 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 नो नो रिलेशन, यानी आपने अगर बाकी आप ऑप्शनल आप बाकी पेपर आप इंग्लिश मीडियम में लेते हो, गुजराती लिटरेचर ऑब्वियसली गुजराती में होगा, तो उससे कोई भी इशू नहीं है, नो इशू, डेफिनेटली आप ले सकते हो।
ओके, तो आई थिंक अब किसी का कोई डाउट नहीं है। अगर स्टिल किसी का कोई डाउट है देन यू कैन आस्क। वी विल रैप अप द सेशन इन 5 मिनट्स।
हेलो सर। सर
हेलो,
यस प्लीज गो ऑन।
सर ये पॉलिटी के लिए बेस्ट बुक कौन सी होगी?
हेलो, योर वॉइस नॉट ऑडिबल।
हेलो सर, पॉलिटिक्स के लिए बेस्ट बुक कौन सी होगी सर?
पॉलिटी लक्ष्मीकांत।
लक्ष्मीकांत, यस सर।
One stop solution, that's it. No any other book or anything. Go for Lakshmikant, that's it.
कौन सी क्लास तक की सर बेस्ट है पॉलिटी के लिए एनसीईआरटी में?
Sorry, a little bit loudly. Can you put your microphone just a little bit closer to your mouth?
हेलो सर।
Yes.
सर एनसीईआरटी में कौन सी होगी बेस्ट पॉलिटिक्स में, कौन सी क्लास?
पॉलिटी के लिए, पॉलिटी के क्लास 9th डेमोक्रेटिक पॉलिटिक्स 1, डेमोक्रेटिक पॉलिटिक्स 2, वो आप पढ़ोगे तो यानी वो काफी बेसिक और वेरी वेल रिटन है, आप उसको यानी एक बार पढ़ लेना चाहिए, वो आपको बहुत हेल्प करेगी। और फिर लक्ष्मीकांत आप शुरू कर सकते हो, है ना।
ओके सर, थैंक यू सर। सर और ये करंट अफेयर लास्ट कितने ईयर के पूछे जाते हैं?
करंट अफेयर्स लास्ट ईयर के
सर। ओके।
करंट अफेयर्स आप लास्ट ईयर कर सकते हो, करंट अभी इस ईयर के जो करंट है उसका कर सकते हो, उससे पहले की यानी ऐसे ज्यादा रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है।
नहीं सर, जैसे कि मैं अभी तो अंडर ग्रेजुएशन में हूँ, बाद में एग्जाम देना है, तो उसके हिसाब से लास्ट ईयर की तैयारी करनी पड़ेगी
ना, आप करंट से शुरू करो, अभी से करो, पुराना मत देखो। हाँ, नो इश्यू, अभी जो चल रहा है उसको फोकस करो, आप बस करंट जो हो रहा है उस चीज का फोकस करते रहो और मेन चीज रिवाइज करते रहो चीजों को, है ना।
ओके ओके सर, थैंक यू।
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
So for current, if I will go,
limit your resources. Don't go for much resources. Limit your resources and just keep repeating those, revising those informations. That will help you more.
okay, sir. And, that means I will go for only magazines. I will not need newspaper.
No newspaper, because newspaper was an era, maybe before 2015 or 16. At that time there was no such magazines available which compiles all the news from TIB and 3 or 4 newspapers, everything. Right now it's all available to you. It's directly served to your plate, so no need to go through those newspapers, because what happens, you go through newspaper for around 2 to 3 hours and what you get is maybe 2 or 3 information that also you will just forget, because you are not going to open that newspaper again. Instead, if you are going for any magazine, just you are reading compiled informations from all the sources, and once you highlight those magazines, you can refer those magazines as many times as possible. That's not possible in the news. Yes, the newspaper you should read if you just want to be aware of what is currently happening. So next time, when after 1 month when it comes into your magazines, you just recall, yes, that I read about this maybe 2 months ago in newspaper. So it will help you in that way only. So but if you want to skip the newspaper, it's okay, no issue.
Okay, thank you, sir.
सर बेस्ट मैगजीन फॉर करंट अफेयर कौन सी होगी सर?
Best magazine, I can't exactly tell you, but there are so many exams. But so current affairs magazine, you can go for GK Today, Vision IAS, then Insights, Vajiram. But I will say if you want to go for, you can go for Vision IAS or GK Today. I say it will cover news and current affairs magazines. No, almost all the magazines are one and same. They cover information from the all same source, the newspaper, Hindu, Indian Express, PIB, and finite sources. So it won't vary that much which way. But whatever magazines you are referring, just refer those magazines. Don't try to go for 4 to 5 different magazines because it will just waste your time unnecessarily. Okay, so go for one or maximum 2 magazines.
सर ये हिंदी में अवेलेबल होंगे मैगजीन विजन आईएएस और जीके
मैगजीन
टुडे?
विजन आईएएस है हिंदी में,
है सर?
दृष्टि है हिंदी, अगर आप हिंदी मीडियम है तो दृष्टि है, दृष्टि भी अच्छा है, उसकी मैगजीन भी अवेलेबल है। सिविल आईएएस में आपको मैगजीन हिंदी में इंग्लिश में मिल रहा है, वो अगर आप वहाँ रेफर कर रहे हो तो वो भी अच्छा है। इसमें मैटर ये नहीं करता है कि आप कौन सी मैगजीन यूज कर रहे हो, बस ये है कि उस चीज को लिमिटेड रखो और आप उस चीज में नहीं फोकस रहो, रिपीटेशन आपको उसको रिवाइज करते रहो, मेन थिंग ये है ना, वो चीज को ध्यान रखो।
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
ओके, तो हम सेशन को कंक्लूड करते हैं एंड वी आर वेरी थैंकफुल टू जयेश सर फॉर सच एन एनलाइटनिंग सेशन। अगर पूरे इंटरेक्शन को हम समराइज करें तो वी कैन से इन टू थिंग। वन, एवरीबडी हैज यूनिक अप्रोच टू प्रिपेयर फॉर एग्जामिनेशन। से सर हैज प्रिपेयर फॉर एग्जामिनेशन इन ए मैनर और उन्होंने एग्जाम को क्लियर किया, बट दिस इज नॉट एप्लीकेबल फॉर यू। एवरीबडी हैज गॉट यूनिक अप्रोच, तो आपको अपना यूनिक अप्रोच डेवलप करना पड़ेगा। And number two, preparing for civil service examination is knowing yourself. So you should know yourself. What is your strength? What is your weakness? You should capitalize on your strength. You should work on your weakness. And in that process, you will clear examination. So we conclude the session and thank you and good luck to everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Best of luck to everyone.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I have a question, please.
Yes, Aman, please.
Sure.
जो ये कि जैसा कि अभी किसी ने पूछा कि जॉब बैकअप का माइंड में रखना चाहिए पीएससी के प्रिपरेशन के दौरान।
Hello, you are not audible.
Aman, please be loud.
Sir, it is necessary to be job oriented between the preparation.
Necessary to be job oriented.
Sir, he's asking about backup. You should also have backup option.
Backup, as I said, if you are looking for a job, then these exams will take a time. But see, a good thing is if you are from Gujarat, so state PSCs are happening very regularly, and the syllabus is also same. You know, even I cleared GPS in 2016 or 17, maybe. I cleared, and when I cleared and I joined as a Mamlatdar for 1 year, and I was also preparing for. So while I appeared for GPSC only for the purpose कि I can just improve my writing skills for UPSC. That's it. I never prepared for GPSC as such. I didn't prepare for any region. Primary. Hello, am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir, you are audible.
yes, sir.
So if you want to go for any plan B for backup, then it's well and good, but it shouldn't be whole different. If you are preparing for some technical services and these services, that won't be. If you're preparing for state PSC, you can best go for state PSC. Means you need not to prepare for that exam, just you need to appear for that exam. Just to be prepared for the UPSC and use those preparation in the examination of state PSC. That's it.
Okay, Aman.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Okay. Best of luck to all of you.
Thank
Bye-bye.